Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Diptesh here. So I just wanted to make this quick video. This is not scripted or anything. So a couple of comments were coming on my videos. I think last week also some of them commented that the Lenovo Legion 5 with the Ryzen 5 and the Ryzen 7 options with the GTX 1660 Ti and the RTX 2060 is available in India. So it says that the Ryzen 5 4600H version is 77,532 rupees. One of them said that it was 67,000 rupees or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. But so 77,532 rupees. So at first you may seem like this price is actually, quite good, right? This is the Legion 5 with the Ryzen 5 and the 1660 Ti for 77k. That's mighty fine. But then you realize that this does not include Windows licensing. So it comes with DOS. You have to provide your own Windows license key, or you have to use unactivated Windows, which is totally possible to be used, let me tell you. And so yeah, and it doesn't include any storage, so you have to include your own storage and your Windows license. So yeah, and so storage is like how much? 4,000 rupees for a 1TB hard drive, and a 256GB M.2 SSD will be like I think it's around 3,000 rupees, something like that. 2.5k to 3,000 rupees. So not that expensive. It will be around, roughly you can add like another 8,000 rupees on top of the price. And definitely for a system like this, I would recommend you to go for 16 gigabytes of RAM. So go for it. And so overall the package looks quite good if you can manage the Windows license key from somewhere, or you know what I'm talking about, what you should do if you cannot manage that license key also. Yeah, anyway, so looks like a good deal, pretty good enough deal. I mean, one more thing about the Legion 5 that has a bigger advantage over the HP Omen is that firstly, this thing has a 120 Hz display. So unlike the HP Omen base variant for the 1660 Ti, it comes with a 60 Hz display, whereas this one comes with a 120 Hz display. For the 144 Hz display, 300 nits, 100% sRGB, you have to spend 5,400 rupees more for the Legion, and for the HP Omen, it's like 1,05,000 rupees. So technically, if you compare both the specifications of the the Lenovo and the HP Omen with the 144 Hz display, they more or less come at the same price. The HP already comes with your storage and your Windows license, comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM, the 144 Hz version, and obviously the display is quite good. So yeah, you have to keep that in mind. And the one advantage of the Legion, as far as I remember, is that, I'm not sure if I'm wrong, please correct me, the Legion actually comes with the ability to turn off NVIDIA Optimus. I'm not sure, but I think it's possible to disable NVIDIA Optimus in case of the Legion 5. That will cause a reboot of your system, and then you can use the dedicated GPU for the entirety of your system. You can play games entirely on the GTX 1660 Ti, so no interference from the Vega GPU, so no Optimus. You are going to gain slightly higher FPS in CPU bound titles like CSGO and Far Cry, stuff like that. So yeah, that's it with the Lenovo. Now I'm going to show you some more NVIDIA 1660 Ti laptops. So firstly, the ever popular HP Omen. So all the links will be down below. I'm gonna make sure all the links are down below. So the HP Omen 1660 Ti, I think it's a very sweet laptop at this price, guys. 80,000 rupees. It has a nice big battery, a 70 watt-hour battery. 6GB 1660 Ti. Yes, it has a 60 Hz display, which is some people say that due to the 60 Hz display, your 1660 Ti will become like a little bottleneck or something. Very weird comments I get many a times whenever I recommend this laptop, but I don't think people know the difference between the display refresh rate and the performance of the GPU or the frames rendered. So that's quite a bit of confusion among many people. I've seen that. So frames rendered is not equal to your refresh rate. A refresh rate will show you the number of frames rendered at a per second. The maximum it can show is equal to the refresh rate. So a 60 Hz display can show you, like, you can only see 60 frames per second, even though it's like rendering at 100 FPS, something like that. You cannot see those 100 FPS, but it doesn't mean that the 1660 Ti is getting bottlenecked or anything, or its performance is getting worse or anything. It's not like that. So those people who don't need, high refresh rate displays, I think it's a very sweet laptop. It's an all-round package, nice battery life, very good thermal solution inside it. The 1660 Ti performs admirably, and it's cheap, man. 80,000 rupees for a 6 cores CPU with 1660 Ti. I think it's a very sweet deal. Now if you need 144 display, higher refresh rate, then obviously you need to look for other options. Okay, moving on, we have the Acer Nitro 5 Core i5 9th generation. So it's the Core i5 9300H. It's a 17.3 inch display, guys, so it's a big laptop, and this 17.3 inch display is actually a pretty nice display. It's a 100% sRGB display, 144 Hz. So yeah, and it's got it's got 2 terabytes of hard drive, so no problem for your game storage. Doesn't come with any SSD, so you have to install your own SSD. 256GB M.2 SSD is enough in my opinion. That's enough for your Windows and your program files, whatever softwares you use, and keep your games on the hard drive. Gaming performance doesn't affect if it's on hard drive or on SSD. It only affects in load times anyways. So yeah, 6GB GTX 1660 Ti. It comes with 2 built-in M.2 slots, which is really good. Comes with a hard drive storage, so plenty of IO, plenty of storage options. Nice display, 144 Hz, 72% NTSC, 100% sRGB. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good laptop, but remember this i5 9300H is a pretty hot CPU, guys, so you have to undervolt it. Luckily the Nitro 5 supports undervolting with the help of throttle stop, so you can use that. I actually recommended this laptop to one of my subscribers and he's been using that, so yeah. Moving on, we have the Asus TUF F15. So this is the Intel version, guys, not the AMD version. So 144 Hz display, the same display that you find in the Asus TUF. All the Asus TUF 2020 versions have the same kind of display. So the thing is that it comes with the Core i5 10300H. So a small upgrade over the Core i5 9300H found inside the Nitro 5. It's 6,000 rupees more expensive, but it has 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD. So it's overall a better laptop in my opinion compared to the Nitro 5, but the Nitro 5 has a far better display, remember that. So yeah, so the F15 is there, 86,000 rupees. So if you need a 144 display and 1 terabyte of hard drive, 1 terabyte SSD and 16 gigabytes of RAM, then the F15 can be a decent choice. Although it hurts my instinct to recommend Core i5 laptops, honestly, but for gaming it should do fine for like most of the time. I don't know, maybe in the future it is looking like games are using more and more cores. Like I've seen the Core i5 10300H like being utilized about 80% in games like the Battlefield 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. The Core i5 really gets utilized almost like 80-85%. So that is alarmingly close to getting CPU bottleneck, so keep that in mind. Moving on, we have the Asus ROG Strix G17. It's another 17.3 inch laptop. So this is also a 100% sRGB screen, 300 nits, so a good display, 120 Hz. Core i5 10750H, so 6 core 12 thread CPU, I think 5 GHz boost clock, although I don't know whether this can maintain or not. Although I've heard the Strix G17 has pretty good thermals, so I'll give that to Asus. So anyway, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 GB M.2 SSD. I don't know if it's enough for all your games, but I recommend you to purchase at least have 1 terabyte of storage on your laptop. So once again, a 17-inch laptop. It's pretty big, guys. I've seen this laptop in stores and it is quite huge actually. Doesn't have a webcam. 17-inch laptop doesn't come with a webcam. Very strange. Anyways, moving on, we have the Asus ROG M15, and I think I recommend this one over the G17. I think this is a more sweet looking laptop. Its build quality is much better compared to the G17 from here. It's a little more expensive, 1,11,209 rupees. It comes with a 1 terabyte of SSD, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and the display is really good, guys. It comes with a 15.6 inch full HD 240 Hz display, 100% sRGB, 300 nits display. So it's a good display. The build is very it's quite sleek looking laptop. You can carry it for your college and all. So yeah, a little expensive, but it is what it is. It's a thin and light gaming laptop, so it has to be. These types of laptops are quite expensive compared to regular gaming laptops. Moving on, a couple more options, guys. Now, if you don't care about thermals of your laptop that much, if you think that it's okay to have a hot gaming laptop, which is completely fine. Gaming laptops were traditionally hot, so you can go for the MSI GF65 thin. It doesn't come with the 100% sRGB display, let me tell you. It comes with the regular 45% NTSC 144Hz display, and you can go with this laptop, guys. I think it's one of the most it's like one of the best value for money laptops. So it's got the Core i7 9th generation 9750H. As far as I know, the latest BIOS update for this MSI laptop doesn't allow undervolting using throttle stop or Intel XTU. I'm not sure, but I have seen people saying that the RTX 2060 version doesn't allow undervolting if you have the latest BIOS. If you have the older BIOSes, then you can undervolt it. So I recommend you stay in the old BIOS, because this MSI GF65 thin gets really hot, guys. 95-97 degrees centigrade. It goes to like that temperature. So very good value for money. You have to compromise on the thermals for this one. 16GB of RAM, 512GB M.2 SSD, 15.6-inch 144Hz display, i7 9750H, 1660 Ti. So very good value for money for just 82,000 rupees. If you are a gamer, I think you should go for it. Okay, moving on, one more laptop that I wanted to show you is this one. I always recommend this laptop for gamers. I think this laptop provides the single most value for money in India when it comes to gaming. 90,000 rupees for an RTX 2060 Core i7 9th generation. Once again, 16GB of RAM, 512GB of M.2 SSD, and RTX 2060, which gives you the additional feature of DLSS 2.0, which means you can run this you can use DLSS and extend the life of your GPU. Your GPU can render games at a at a lower resolution, and then the AI will upscale it. That's the advantage of DLSS and Deep Learning Super Sampling 2.0, and that is a pretty sweet feature that Nvidia provides for their RTX 20 series cards and above. And that can, I think that is a legit feature that can extend the life of your GPU. So if you don't mind, once again, the very hot thermals, this laptop is even hotter than the 1660 Ti version. So if you don't mind the hot thermals, then this laptop provides one of the best value for money in terms of gaming laptops. So definitely recommend it. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.